Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 13th, 2017, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, starting out at 10:30 GBP average earnings index coming out, and then 2:30 South African time PPI coming out of US dollar. That is an inflationary number. We'll look at that in just a moment. And then at 4:30 South African time, weekly crude oil inventories coming out. So lots happening in the markets. Yesterday we didn't have a market review just due to some technical issues. But as we spoke on Monday, let's pick up on where we've left. So we're going to look at the EURUSD. And as you can see, we're finally making our turn on the way 19-ish level. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. Let's look at that a little bit better there. We break nicely at the beginning of this one, and then we're still in the range. We're still moving up higher. Okay, but this double top kind of kill the momentum, I think. And I think that we're going to be trading within a range. That's what it looks like to me. The upper limit, obviously, 120.75-ish level, and the lower limit at 118.80-ish level. So we happen to be right in the middle of that right now, but the question is, what are we going to do from here? So there's a few factors that are actually playing an effect this week. Tomorrow we have a big number coming out of England. That's a cash rate decision for the interest rate the banks lend each other. So that's like an FOMC of Great Britain. So that's a very important number that's coming out. And as we've seen that, the British pound has actually gotten much stronger, as you can see here, and we're breaking out higher. Whereas, if you look at the EURUSD, we didn't break out higher. And this has been trading really together. The GBP and the USD has really been trading together, and the GBP has always been lagging. And guess what? What do we see here? It's actually in the forefront. It's been leading the market higher. So I'd like to see some sort of continuation to this. This is the first time we've actually broken this 130-ish level and stayed above it. Okay, we're 133, which is a major correctional move for the GBPUSD. Now, we have a little bit of resistance here, as you can see, at 133-ish level. Okay, and if we do push higher, I definitely see that we could get back to this 139 level. And that's an extreme correction for the GBPUSD. So keep an eye on this as this unfolds for today and tomorrow. You might expect it to be a little bit quiet. We started out the week with this being very quiet, but then we gained momentum as the week progressed. And it doesn't seem like it's giving up steam anytime soon. So pay attention to this today. It might be a really good play vis-a-vis the euro. Weaker, as you can see. We didn't fly to 121-ish levels, so keep an eye on these two. Looking at gold here, we retraced tremendously since Monday from 1358 down to 1325. We bounced off of it to 1333, and now we're trading at 1330. So this has really been correctional move compared to what the EURUSD has really compared to the Dow Jones, of the correctional move that we had there. So this could be like a bear flag. Okay, we had a retracement, a flag, hit resistance, and now we're going to break lower. So keep an eye on this to see what's going to happen, because the Dow Jones has got a lot of news coming out. 1325 is a decent support level. As you can see, we're making a minor support level right here. So I'm going to keep that on my radar to see if that actually breaks later. And we could hit back to 1300. Absolutely. This move has been extreme, okay, to say the least. All right, we went from 1127 from the beginning of the year to 1350. Okay, that's a 250 basis point move for gold. Okay, that's relatively a pretty decent move inter-year. Okay, we're multi-years, we've hit 1800, but for the year we've actually really rallied quite sharply in the gold. So I'd like to see, as this rates, things in North Korea had had calmed down. If these things start cooking up again, obviously gold can start going up higher again. Looking at the Dow Jones, we're flirting with all-time highs here. Okay, 22,074. It looked like it faked us out towards the end of August, as you can see here, beginning of September, and then it just shows us who's boss and shows us that the U.S. economy is still steaming away, and we've made this massive correctional move in such a short term. Now, I'd like to see some continuation. Now, there's a lot of news coming out in the markets this week. iPhone X will be coming out. That's very much anticipated. Let's see what the reaction is. Apple is one of the largest. Apple Computers is one of the largest components of the U.S. economy, one of the largest companies in the U.S. economy. So it's a contributing factor to see if this is actually going to push on higher. So keep an eye on this as well as the week progresses. Looking at the DAX is really what took us initially higher. Okay, the DAX actually went first, and the Dow Jones picked up to it, and that's usually the case. The DAX is usually the leader. Now we're at 12,500-ish level. Okay, we had a high of 12,863, so we're right in the middle of this correctional move, and I'd like to see some continuation. So we got to keep an eye on this as well to see how this progresses throughout the wheel. Aussie USD also having a correctional move, but it's still above 80.80. Okay, so this is still showing tremendous strength. The dollar looking like it's getting weaker, and the Dow Jones getting stronger. Now, tomorrow night I'll be presenting a live webinar on hedging strategies, and it's different types of instruments that you can use in order to capitalize your gain and minimize your losses. So if you do get an opportunity to attend, I think it'll be worth your whiles. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.